Mr. Gonzalez, good afternoon. Thank you so much for meeting with me. Today, we are going to go over our STAR data and intervention strategies. As you know, STAR is around the corner, so I want to kind of like to meet with you to see how you and your department, how your numbers look like, what are some of the successes indicators and some gaps that we saw in benchmark, and what type of interventions are going to be done before STAR.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start off with our assessment data. Before we even get started with this, I do wanna just give you a breakdown of how it's gonna be broken down.
Okay.
We are gonna cover sixth, seventh, and eighth grade as a whole first, just to see how we did as a campus. After that, we're gonna go ahead and look at each category and every single teacher by teacher, going from sixth grade all the way to eighth grade. When we dissect the data, not only by the campus but by teacher, we're able to see what areas of opportunity each teacher has and where we can link those bridges across from teacher to teacher to make sure that everyone is on the same page, okay?
Perfect, thank
So
you.
we're gonna go ahead and just see this real quick. The first part you have right here is gonna be our demographics by teacher, so you're gonna see all of our HB 14-16 kids. These are all the kids that didn't meet the STAR score or the STAR criteria last year. Then we have all our special ed students, we have our GT students, we have our 504 students, and then we have our EP students, okay? Moving on after that, we are gonna have the performance summary.
Okay.
And our performance summary, this is how the campus performed on the benchmark.
Okay.
So our goal, ideally, our goal is to hit the 90-60-30 mark. So approach is 90%. We want to hit meets at 60%, and we also want to get to our masters at 30%.
Yes, correct.
Starting with sixth grade. Okay.
Okay.
So our sixth grade team landed at 87%, so they were 3% short.
Okay.
Our meets, we were at 62, so they did exceed by 2%, which is a plus there. And our masters, we did fall short 8%,
Okay.
so 22% for our masters. So that masters in sixth grade, that is something that we do need to
Mhm.
look out for, okay?
Okay, perfect.
Seventh grade, we were at 79%, so we did fall about, 11% short.
Mhm.
We are a little concerned with seventh grade. Now, I do want to point out, seventh grade does have the highest passing score, which is a 41%.
Yes, correct. Mhm.
So that is why you're going to see that dip in seventh grade.
Yes.
In sixth
Mhm.
grade, our passing standard is 38. Eighth grade is 36, but then in seventh grade, it's 41. So we're always going to see seventh grade a little bit towards
Yes,
the
that's what
bottom.
you usually see in our data.
Yes,
Mhm.
then we have our meets. Meets is gonna be 54% and the same criteria here. Seventh grade has a higher criteria to be at meets, which is 59%.
59%, yes.
So we do fall short here, 5%. And then our masters is 75%, which is only a 2% difference. So here we were short only 1%. When we get to the seventh grade advanced group, we'll go ahead and talk about that, but I do wanna give you a heads up. Even though our seventh grade team seems to be a little bit on the lower end, in comparison to district data, we are doing well.
Yes, I was
So-
looking at the data compared to the other school districts, and we were mid to
Yes,
top
so
results.
we always wanna be, if the district, let's say, is at 79% passing, we wanna make sure we're at district or above. So luckily for us, we were just on target with the district, so that is a good indicator of where we're trending, okay? Then we have our eighth grade. Eighth grade, we were at 87%, which is
Only 3
3%
points
short.
Mhm.
Meets, we were at 63%, which
So,
was
3
3%
points.
above, yeah, so we hit the target. And masters, we were at 32%, so eighth grade did very, very well. We didn't hit that 90% for approaches, but, historically speaking, I just wanna point out, our sixth grade goal, from last year we hit a target of 76%, so we wanted to increase by 5%. So ideally, we did hit the 81%. We exceeded the 81% by 6%.
By
So
6%.
even though we're not hitting 90-60-30,
We're still
we're
did the
still
progress,
trending.
yes.
We're still trending. Year over year, we still hit 5% year over year growth. In sixth grade,
Mhm.
seventh grade, we did the same thing. Last year, we were at 73%. Our goal this year is 78%. We hit the 79. Last year, eighth grade was at 78%. This year, our goal is 83, and we exceeded all the way up to 87. So historically speaking, we're doing fine. We're doing
Yes,
well.
and I can see here on the results that, like, as you said, because of the criteria in seventh grade, this is where we see the most
Yes.
decline in our data, but I'm sure that we're going to be able to do better in the STAR
Yes,
test.
yeah, and right now when we go over the breakdown of teacher by teacher, we kind of see the flaws and the areas where we can grow, and you're gonna see it's not something that is exponential. That's a big gap. It's just small areas that we need to focus on.
Alright.
We are gonna go over the student performance summary by teacher now. So in sixth grade, teacher A tested 99 students. So that is half of the population of our students.
And this is our advanced
This-
ELAR,
This
correct?
is our advanced ELAR class. That is correct. Do you want me to
Thank you.
So this is our advanced ELAR class, okay? This is 99 students. We were at 99% approaches. I do want to point out that 1%, which is that one student that didn't pass, that student did score a 36%. So they were only one question away. So, you know, we had to dig deep to see, you know, where was the fall short, but it was one child. 99% approaches, we were at 94% in meets, and we were at 41% masters, okay?
Okay.
So I am gonna ask you to keep this masters in mind.
All right.
Okay, so I am gonna ask you to keep this masters in mind for later, okay? Because later on, we're gonna compare the masters also. Teacher B in sixth grade tested 49 students. She had 86% passing. Yes,